The COVID-19 pandemic has led to a dramatic loss of human life worldwide and presents an unprecedented challenge to public health, food systems, and the world of work. The number of cases of COVID-19 in Kenya have risen rapidly from the first reported case on the 13th of March 2020 to date. Kenya has the highest number of reported infections and deaths compared to its neighboring countries. Currently, the impact and spread of infections are feared to be intensifying by the huge number of people living in poverty, a weak health infrastructure, overcrowding in informal settlements, and poor access to basic services such as clean water, sanitation, and hygiene. The government has undertaken various measures to curb the spread of the virus and also ensure basic hygiene and social distancing is observed. However, these precautionary measures continue to have negative economic impacts on business and workers. The country has witnessed job cuts across various sectors, and incomes of businesses and available working hours for staff have fallen significantly. These shocks and disruptions are likely to be felt in both short term and medium. But what is the common factor in all this? What will bring a glimpse of change or hope? You and I. Despite the measures put up by the government and various organizations, we need to still take it to us a personal responsibility to ensure we stop the spread and in turn protect ourselves and our fellow countrymen and loved ones. Today in Sales Roundtable, we take a brief break from our normal shooting and have a conversation with a close friend who recently recovered from the virus. This is just to highlight the reality on the ground and how we can best play a part in ensuring we are all safe. Thank you so much for opening your doors to us. Let's begin by a quick introduction. This is a sales roundtable where we normally discuss about business and sales tips for people to grow their business. And today we have decided to take a break so that we talk about this virus that is changing the way the world is operating today. So thank you very much. Who will start of the Dubulas?
My name is Kenneth Dubula Achega. I am first a husband, father, and I also serve in full-time ministry. I run an organization called Living Sacrifice.
Very well.
It's an organization just to help worship ministries to grow, become what God has called them to be. I train. I'm a vocal consultant. So,
Alright, my name is Grace, wife to Kenneth Dubula. I'm a teacher by profession.
Fantastic. Yes, Pastor Ken, when I heard your story, it really touched me, and I really, was looking forward to when we can have a conversation in depth and also share to get also Jerry's perspective on all this. So, you have gotten how many tests now of COVID-19?
Yeah, three of them.
Three.
The first one I did the first swab test, which takes like 1 hour, which came out negative. Now for you to really be sure that you do not have the virus, you have to do the second swab test, which is the PCR. And also I did another one after my recovery.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Take us through your illness, the journey. How did it all start? Yes.
Yeah, it all started when I really thank God for how He was able to guide me through, because I really didn't know I had COVID. I remember a week before I started feeling unwell. I had agreed with my sister who lives in Kitengela. Her name is Linda. The husband is Mr. Butali. So I requested them if I could take the children, Jabo and Amara, just to visit them, because it's been a long time since they visited. So when my sister agreed, I decided to take them. So I said I'll take them over the weekend. They stay over the weekend. So I took them on Thursday, then I picked them on Monday. So that Monday morning when I woke up, I was feeling some body weaknesses, and there was a bit of a throat discomfort. So I called my sister. I told her that, I'm not feeling well and I'm feeling very, very weak. So please allow me to pick them the following day. So my sister said, okay, that's fine. You don't have to come. I will drop them later in the week. So Monday evening, my wife came. I told her, I'm not feeling very well. So she decided, okay, because I'm having the throat discomfort and the infection, she went and got some antibiotics. Okay, that evening I already started having fevers, so she got me some antibiotics and paracetamol. So I took them, hoping that I'll be fine. The following day, I was still the same. So on Wednesday, my wife decided she should come and just look after me. She asked for permission in school just to come and check on me. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Just to interject there, Jerry, for you to ask for permission on that Monday, how many weeks far back are we looking at from today? Remember?
It is 4 weeks.
4 weeks,
Yes.
a month ago.
Yeah, it's a month.
Well, what made you ask for permission, from work to come? Was it that bad?
He was, the fevers were really putting him down, and then, and he had no appetite. So I knew as long as I'm not around, he's not eating. So I had to come and make sure that he's eating, and also he wasn't looking good. He wasn't looking good, especially because of the fever. By Wednesday, the throat infection had somehow cleared. So we wouldn't have thought that it was COVID, because we thought we had already dealt with the infection. But now the fevers were there, and headache, and fatigue. So he wasn't moving around. He was just staying here in the house, and the way I believe food is the same I would find the food in the evening. So I decided, now today on Wednesday, let me just go check on him, see whether he fed. Yeah, so that's how I came back. And actually from Wednesday to Friday, I went to school half day. They were gracious enough to give me half day.
So that is the story of Monday to Friday.
Yeah, so Friday I decided to go to hospital. It's a local hospital around the Shie. It's a 7th-day mission hospital. So we went there. I told them how I'm feeling. So they decided to take some tests. One of it was a urine test. And they also took some stool sample. So when they did the test, they didn't find anything in the urine, but they found something in the stool. So they diagnosed amoeba. So for me, I was glad that at least they found something. And then they gave me some medication. So I started taking them immediately. Once I got home, I started taking them. So that night I was still not feeling any kind of change.
They didn't do COVID tests?
No, they didn't do any COVID tests.
They didn't
because
see
even the
need.
fevers were not high at that time.
Okay.
Like around 37. Something. So it wasn't alarming. So of course on the following day I was supposed to go to church. We were having a rehearsal, a choir rehearsal.
Because you're a praise and worship pastor.
Yes. So I decided that morning we were contemplating whether to go. I was almost calling it in. Because I was still not feeling well. I was feeling very, very a lot of high fevers and palpitations, especially the palpitations were really worrying me. So we woke up at 6, took some medication because I was supposed to take the amoeba drugs strictly at a particular time after 8 hours.
Okay.
So by 6 o'clock, I was feeling so bad that then I told my wife, let's just sleep a bit to see how the morning looked like, because the rehearsals were starting at around 10 o'clock. So we woke up at 9. So I was feeling a little bit better, but I really didn't want to go, but we just decided to go.
Okay.
So later in the afternoon, we came back, sat around, started having the fevers, getting weakness. I was just feeling bad. I started feeling like there's something wrong.
So the situation is getting worse.
It's getting worse.
Okay.
From bad to worse.
Okay.
Of course, Sunday morning came, I had to go to church.
You did the rehearsal.
Yeah.
The service has to continue.
Yes, the service has to continue.
Okay.
Can't call it in on a Sunday morning.
You're passionate, man.
So I did, I just said I have to do it. I have to do it, whether I feel it or not. So on Sunday, my wife accompanied me later. We did the service, we sang. Once we were done with the service, we left immediately. So when I came back, things were getting worse. So that day I was just seated here where I am. The whole afternoon I didn't even move. So my wife decided to do some baking, and then of course I have my brother who lives around, who's our neighbor.
Okay.
So she decided to go and share a piece of cake with them. But when she was there, she had to tell my brother, you need to come and see your brother because he's not really well. By the time they were coming, the fevers were so high, I was confused. I was now beginning to hallucinate at some point.
Whoa.
So when they came, at least I tried to compose myself, but I was really not feeling very well. So when they came in, I was just looking at them. They were talking, they were trying to. In fact, my bro had come with some stronger
antibiotics.
Not paracetamol. Because just to try to bring the fevers down.
Whoa.
So, of course, since they knew that I have my amoeba, and the way he explained it to the pharmacist, they gave me Buscopan. Buscopan is for the stomach, so so it was not going to help my fevers. So, but in good faith, I just took them. Yeah. So we prayed. So we were still thinking on what to do. So my bro prayed and then left.
Okay. And because I really want to capture, this story from your angle and from her angle. So Jerry, of course, by the time you're going to call his brother, you had tried to have a conversation. Why did you go and ask the bro to come and, check on him?
Actually, there's something he has forgotten to say. That particular Sunday, he started coughing. He started having a cough. Actually, on Saturday, he said that he was feeling there was some particular feeling here.
But
now by Sunday,
you feel like coughing, but it's not coming out. But you feel like something is here. You want to cough.
You want to cough it out.
It's just a feeling
irritating.
It's irritating. You know when you feel like coughing?
Yes.
There's some kind of an irritation that comes from the chest.
Okay.
But somehow it was not coming out.
Okay.
Yes.
And now that particular Sunday, he started coughing. And he coughed. And when we were coming back from church, he was really down. Like he didn't talk to me all the way back home. And then he said he can't go home with that cough. We need to stop by a chemist, buy some medication. So we stopped. He bought some cough syrup that would help maybe relieve the irritation. So he bought it. He came, took the cough syrup. Then he relaxed. He just sat here and relaxed. But now the whole afternoon he was really looking bad. So by evening, by the time I'm finishing baking, he was bad. He even told me that he needs to just a place to lie down. So he went went, lied down, but
But we got a mattress, just put it here.
Okay, to relax.
Just
yeah, because he was feeling really uncomfortable, like joint pains, headache, a very bad headache. So when I finished, went to call the brother, and the brother actually had talked to the brother, told him how bad the
The
fevers
situation
are.
was,
So when he went, they had gone to buy some stuff. So he came back with some medication, the paracetamol, stronger ones. But that night when he came, we concluded that the following morning we must take him back to the hospital.
Oh,
So even while he was praying and leaving, we had already made plans that tomorrow, if the situation is like this, we need now to go back to the hospital, because now I knew the cough has developed, and the fevers are really very high, were really very high
Okay,
at that
okay,
time.
okay. So that is Sunday.
That's Sunday now.
Yes,
evening.
okay. So did you take the strong medication for
yes,
the stomach?
I took them immediately.
Okay.
Then when my bro left, we just decided to. We didn't even go to the room. We just left from here.
Okay.
But somewhere in the night, around 2 a.m., I woke up feeling very bad.
Okay. What were you feeling? Is it, were you sweating profusely?
I was sweating. Just felt the fevers were just gone high.
Okay.
I was feeling uncomfortable. So I woke up now. When she woke up, she took the thermometer. It was 39.2.
Oh.
So I immediately went to the bathroom. Just opened up the shower, looked up. It was not cold. I just stood there for like 10 minutes just to cool off. And I came back to the sitting room. Before then, I was still in the showers, just all over my body, and then I started coughing. Then when I coughed, I felt something coming out. When I spit it down, it was some blood which had clotted. So I knew something was very wrong.
Jerry, 2 a.m., 39.2 temperature. What was your first reaction?
I'm actually the one who told him to go to the shower. So he really, I woke him up very fast, told him to go to the shower. He did. Then when he coughed, we were not sure what we saw. And coming back to bed, I was just like, we didn't see that. Maybe it's something else. We didn't see that. So after he took the shower, then he went back to bed and he slept. Then by morning,
So when he was going back to sleep, temperature
had come down a
okay.
little.
Okay.
But you see, we had also. Did you take some medicine that night? After taking the shower,
Okay.
yeah, he took some paracetamol again.
Okay.
Yeah. Then he went back to bed.
Now morning has come.
So she called the office,
Okay.
asked for permission, because now she needed now to accompany me to the hospital. So the principal gave her permission. But at that time, we were still contemplating which hospital we should go to. At that particular time, we were not very well financially, so
Effects of the COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
yes. So of course, so we were still contemplating, should we go back to the same hospital we went? And my wife was very skeptical, because already when we went there, they didn't even do a blood test.
Okay.
Just a blood test to check whether it's a bacterial infection or a viral infection. So since we were challenged financially, we did not have so much options. So we were still thinking. By God's grace, Grace's friends sent her some money. And at that time, we were able now to make a decision. So we agreed to go to Avenue.
Okay.
Avenue Hospital.
Okay.
It's off.
Okay.
So we called my brother, who is called the dealer. villa. He said whenever we are ready, we just go to his place.
Okay.
Begin the journey.
Okay.
So once we were prepared, before then I was just preparing myself. I started coughing again. Now this time spitting, it was blood.
Whoa.
You see blood and mucus, sputum and all that. So we realized it's a serious thing. So we left the hospital. Once we arrived, we went to the we paid for the consultation. We were taken to the triage. As soon as that nurse saw me, looked at the oxygen levels, he went out, talked to a few nurses. Immediately I was taken to the isolation room. So then I knew something is not good here.
Okay.
In my head, I begin to think. I got into a spiral in my thoughts. I just wondering, I can't imagine I have COVID. I can't even imagine. I'm one of the people, even my wife will tell me, if I go to town, come back, I will not even touch anyone. Go to the bathroom, remove my clothes, take a shower, wash the clothes, and make sure that by the time I'm getting to my people, I'm clean.
Any kind of infection
Yes.
has been dealt with.
Yes.
Jerry was with you
Yes.
as you were getting admitted and being isolated.
Yes.
Now, when you got in and you saw the reaction, oxygen levels being told they are low, what was going through your mind? And then all of a sudden, he's been taken on isolation.
Actually, what happened was when we got there, we paid the consultation money. Yes, he was taken to. We went to the triage, and he's the one who got in just by himself.
Oh.
And then I was just outside, just where you sit when you wait to get to the triage. And then they took so long inside there, and I was wondering, what are these people doing inside there? And then the nurse came out. Then they had a small meeting outside there. Then after the meeting, the nurse turned to me and asked, "Are you the one with him?" And I said yes. He called Ken, and then he told us, "No, the doctor will not see you from here. He will see you from where I'm taking you." So we went. She led, and I followed. So while going there, the Michochoro were many days like we went. So when we went, it's somewhere back there. It's quite isolated actually. So when we went there, the room, when you look at that room, it's thoroughly sanitized. Like you could tell this room, you know, with the, I don't know how they sanitize them, but you could tell because it has those spots of the medicine, the stain, the name. They have really sanitized it, and it has a 1 bed, 2 seats. Then we get inside there, kidogo, panda kwa kitanda, is not to sleep on the bed, and I'm thinking higher. Then kidogo, an oxygen, the cylinder is coming in. Then it's brought in and put by his side. Kidogo, they're putting him on a mask. And then they're doing another whatever, a stand. They're putting him on a IV. So they did this to control the temperatures and also the oxygen. His oxygen levels were down.
Is anyone
talking to me?
You, yes, and
no,
telling you this is okay?
They have not yet told us what's happening. So I'm asking, then I start asking questions. So you're putting him on oxygen because his oxygen, they tell me the oxygen levels are low. The nurse actually was good. She explained. Then Ken was really tired. He was really tired. Actually, that distance from where we were being, the triage, moving
the isolation,
and there was some stairs involved. He was really tired. So he's sleeping on that bed on oxygen. We are not talking at this time. I'm just asking him, how are you feeling? He's like, I'm not okay. So we sat there and waited, and they actually told us that the doctor will now come see us from that room. So I go out, and the nurse somehow closes the door. Then when I look at the door, it's written isolation room. And I'm thinking, they're suspecting COVID. So that's when I knew they're suspecting it could be COVID. So we stayed there, he was put on oxygen, and actually something else that was strange. After the doctor came and started discussing his condition, and he told us that he's suspecting it's COVID. He actually came in and told us that he's suspecting it's COVID. And I'm sitting there. I could hear some people crying behind the room that we were put on. Then I'm like, what's happening behind there? Only to go and check and see that someone had died of COVID and they're moving the bodies through that corridor. So it was so scary. So scary for me.
So you must have had some crazy ideas run through your mind.
Of course. Yes. And I was like, where now is this headed?
Okay. So the doctor came and
The
then
doctor
these
came in.
cries have happened.
Yeah, so
What's
you know,
happening?
they when they put me on IV, before they started putting the medication, they took some blood samples,
Okay.
the hemogram, but also they took samples to check whether there is a bacterial or a viral infection. So when the doctor came in, said, you know what, this guy does not have any bacterial infection, but you've seen some viral infection. And according to him, the way we are looking at things, every symptom is pointing to COVID. So he told us, now because this guy's oxygen is low, we have to admit him.
Okay.
And so he said, but we really need a down payment of 100,000. Wow! I just looked at the doctor. In fact, I sat. From there, I sat. I was on my bed. I was just lying on the bed. When he mentioned that, I just sat. And somehow I felt like I'm getting better. Because we did have that money.
Okay.
In fact, the money that they sent her is what we used for the consultation and the management. The whole amount, the exact amount, was used for that purpose.
Okay.
And from there we were nil. So.
And there's no medical insurance.
Yes. And of course, COVID does, because for some cover, they do not cover for COVID. So I told my brother Adila, you know what, we can go home tonight and get back to the drawing board.
You have to be strong for you and for her.
Yes. So I told Adila, you have to do, no, don't tell me more. In fact, he refused to listen to me because he knew what it meant when your oxygen levels are low.
Actually, I asked the doctor.
Yeah.
I asked the doctor if we can go home, then take him to the hospital the following day. Then the doctor was like, that would be at your own risk. Whatever we have done here is just management.
First aid.
Yes, it's just management. And you could go home and he could get an attack. And then you'd have no one to blame but yourself. So he told us, do that at your own risk. So I think even Adila responding to you was picking from what the doctor had already said.
So basically, we started having a discussion. We just thought of, okay, which hospital can we go to?
How many years is this since you got into hospital?
It's around 5 or 6.
By that time now it was 6, going to 7 actually.
Yeah, because we really waited for the doctor. He didn't come immediately after, we were told he's coming, but we kept on waiting and waiting. The IVs, the medicine got in. I was still on oxygen, waiting for the doctor. Then he came.
Okay.
Yes. So at that particular time, we just discussed, and then we agreed unanimously that we can go to Metropolitan.
A different hospital.
A different hospital.
Okay. That is more affordable.
Yes, it's in Eastlands. So
Okay.
we have a friend who works there, but we've had to fast consult with her.
Okay.
So once she told her, you don't have to give the 100,000. You can give less. Less. To an amount of 30K.
Oh, okay.
So if
30,000 from 100,000.
From 100,000. So,
Okay.
and actually that's what they asked for.
Okay.
So we decided to leave. So my brother and my wife left. because now it's official that could be dealing with that COVID case.
Okay.
So,
What you have been reading
yes,
on the newspapers and watching on
yes.
the
You
news.
see, the deceptive part is that I wasn't coughing until Sunday.
Okay.
In fact, on Sunday, I you can't sing when you're coughing, but I sang through a whole 30 minutes leading worship. I didn't even cough.
Okay.
So we go to Metropolitan. Of course, they gave us a referral
Okay.
letter. We gave them. We went through the normal
Checking.
procedure, triage. They took the blood samples. They took us for X-ray. So once we did all that, it became even worse. I even started coughing now, even more. It was more
Frequent.
and it was very painful. I was feeling a lot of pain when coughing because my lungs were really bad. So by the time the results came out, we did the first swab test. It was negative.
Okay.
So
For COVID now?
Yeah, for COVID.
Okay.
Then they told us you have to do the PCR to confirm whether it's negative. So the X-ray came and you were told you have acute pneumonia. And you can see the X-ray, the photo itself, the lungs were very bad.
Okay. Do you remember what percentage it was?
By the time we were getting to Metropolitan, the oxygen percentage had gone to 70.
And the normal is supposed to be?
90 and above.
90 and
70
above.
is on the borderline.
Okay.
Actually, it's a bit low. It's quite low.
Okay.
And maybe something else also we forgot to mention. Also, before we left Avenue, actually, apart from the 100,000 they were asking for, the hospital was full.
Of COVID cases?
Yes, actually the beds, there were no beds.
Okay.
So even if we had the 100,000, they had no bed. The bed we were waiting for, the doctor was saying that he's confirming a bed that is, they were hopeful that would be free by evening. And the COVID case that, the person who was expected to leave had not cleared the bill. So they expected that the person would clear the bill before the end of the day, so that there could be a bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we left because also because the hospital was full.
Okay.
They didn't have beds.
Okay. So now at Metropolitan, you have seen the lungs. They are badly in shape.
So immediately I started coughing after I came from the X-ray. I really coughed. Now they had to put me on oxygen. And then they started the medication. They put me on antibiotics. As we were waiting for admission.
Okay.
So that once that was done, I was taken to the ward.
Jerry, that must have been a very rough day for you.
Yes, it was.
Hospital to hospital, nothing is forthcoming.
Actually, by this time when they're doing the X-rays, giving medication, it's around 10.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
And curfew
Yes.
is at 10 p.m.
It has already caught up with us.
Okay.
So he was. They took him, admitted him, and then we were taken to. We were told that he would be taken to the isolation once.
Okay.
So
Because they are
that's
still suspecting.
that he has COVID.
Okay.
Actually, the person who was giving him medication wore the full PPE. He wore the whole gear.
That was the first time you're coming to see someone.
Yes, that was the yes.
What was your reaction? What was going through your mind?
What is going through my mind is so already me and Adila exposed. This man is already protecting himself, and then I'm thinking, oh, so it's true he has COVID. Wow, so now I'm thinking, wow. Then there's this other. There are many thoughts running through my mind.
what was going through your mind when you saw the man in full gear, PPE?
You know, from the beginning, my thought was we were going and coming back. I was just hoping that they're going to treat me well in the hospital.
No more cold.
Yeah, probably a bacteria or something. So then once they treat me, I come back home. So I'm just looking at the turn of events from Avenue to Metropolitan, and now I'm being admitted. It was just too much for us.
Okay.
Too much. I find I've never been admitted. Let me confess, I've never been admitted for the last 42 years. The only time I was admitted is when I was first 1 week old. It was just my mom also was not feeling well, so I had to also
Accompany her.
But since then, I have never been admitted. It was my first time to lie on the bed in a hospital. So I was just looking at myself and thinking, what? This is what it has become. So I had to bid them farewell. I was feeling bad. I even started hallucinating at that time. I'm just looking at the place, it's cloudy. I'm just looking at the room, I'm looking at people. They were very scary. They are all on oxygen. You'd hear the sound of oxygen. There are people who needed more oxygen. You could hear the oxygen coming out from the cylinder. And I was there. Then I slept and I really sweat that night. They came in the middle of the night, told me to change. I was confused. I could see people coming with those PPEs. I'm just wondering, who are these people? When I see these things on movies, these scientists with an isolated facility, those movies you see, and you see people like they're dragged and they look like zombies, you know. I could see such things and wondering what's happening around me. So that night I didn't sleep very well. I really sweat and was confused. That's when the hallucinations began. And for sure, if I went back home, things would not have been good. Because I think it was just a stitch in time that I got through Metropolitan. Because that's when the real manifestation of COVID was really coming out. So the following day, I woke up, I was told the doctor would be coming. So they used to wake us up very early, give us medication. By 6 o'clock, we already have breakfast. And so the team that does the night shift now lives with the other. Then they also come and attend to you, and so on and so forth. So that whole day, I waited for the doctor. She didn't show up. So that evening, we were asked to, since they had taken the PCR test. Since we were negative, they felt if we stayed in the isolation and the results come out negative, we could be at risk in contracting COVID in that isolation. So they decided on Tuesday evening, they move us to the general ward.
Okay.